Alright, what's up? Bad boy of the fitness industry. Dan the bodybuilder from Thailand, live baby. Coming at you. Just finished my workout. And right now, you guys have 100% of my attention and 100% of my focus is on you guys right now. So, we're gonna have a really good live session here. So, I hope you guys have been liking the videos lately. Hope you guys have been having fun watching them. I hope you've been entertained. I hope you've found the new types of content I've been bringing you to be interesting. And get ready for lots of great ideas, funny ideas. I'm a pretty funny guy. So, you know what has been the most fun for me is the guitar videos. I absolutely love guitar. I am completely obsessed with electric guitar. And I started playing. My dad was always a guitar player growing up, and he was in a bunch of bands in the 70s and 80s. And then he always wanted me to play guitar too. And he was thinking like it would be cool, or if I learned an instrument, or if I learned how to play drums or something, because he was always at one point he played in a Beatles cover band, and he was George Harrison. So my dad's been a guitarist since the 60s. And so he wanted me to learn how to play guitar, but I'm very, very, very stubborn. Everything always has to be, it always has to be my idea in order for me to want to do it. So, because he wanted me to, I never wanted to. He tried to give me guitar lessons, really cool guitar lessons like Led Zeppelin and shit when I was 8 years old. And he even bought me this little Fender Stratocaster that was for a little kid, electric guitar, but I was not into it. So it's very rude when he would ask me to have a guitar lesson with him, or when we would be, when I would finally grudgingly do the guitar lesson, then I would be rude during the lesson and have a bad attitude. And this was because it was not my idea. So that was very rude of me and disrespectful. And because it was a very good thing that my father was trying to teach me a musical instrument. Because later, you know what? The first reason why I started playing guitar is the same reason why every guy starts playing guitar. It's because they want to get girls with playing good guitar. So I remember I was 15 years old, and since I had been such an asshole and had a bad attitude whenever my dad had tried to give me guitar lessons, when my parents would go out for the night, and they would be this is when I was 14 or 15, when they would go out, I'd go up to their room and get one of the electric guitars out, and I would start trying to figure out my favorite songs on it, so that maybe I could play it to a girl when I was in middle school. But I could never do it. I could never get it to sound right. I'd also try to play a few really heavy rock songs by CKY, heavy metal, progressive metal songs that I heard on skate videos, because I was really into skateboarding. And then finally one day, I really wanted to learn this song, and it was by the band AFI. I don't even like the song. I never really did. It was just a one-off thing. And I thought, you know what, that would be really cool. I think maybe I'd seen a talent show with some dudes playing guitar or something in middle school. And I was like, you know what? And I had this song that I liked by AFI. And I was like, you know what, I've got to learn how to play this song. I've got to learn how to play guitar. And I was like, that'll be so cool. And I was thinking I can play guitar and sing to girls. And so I went home, and oh my God, I had to swallow my pride so hard. I went up to my dad, and I said, Dad, is there song that I want to learn on guitar. Could you help me? And that was after, being so rude during all those really nice lessons over the years that he had tried to give me, guitar lessons, because he had always been a guitarist and wanted to play guitar with me and stuff, or me play drums or something. Always been disrespectful and rude about that. And then, so I really was feeling so embarrassed to ask him to help me play this song, but I had to do it. I knew that was the only way that I'd learn how to play it, and I knew he could play it if he listened to it. So I took my Discman, my Discman, you hold the Discman, and it's got the CD inside, and I walked it up to his room and I said, there's this song, can you listen to it? I really want to learn how to play this on guitar, can you help me? And he was totally cool about it. You know what? That was sweet. He was totally cool about it. He didn't even bat an eye. He was just like, oh yeah. Like let me help you, Dan. And we figured it out a little bit. And that was like my first introduction to guitar. Like actually getting my hands on it and wanting to learn something. And then I got really once I moved from Utah back to California my sophomore year of high school. And I met another guy, and I went to another talent show, and I saw a band play, a rock band, and they were from my high school, and they were so cool. Like I was like, holy shit! Like they were like a screamo band, like a kind of like an emo band, but screaming, like hardcore, and but they were like really like rocking out, with super heavy metal guitars and shit, and like double bass drums. And I was in high school, and I was like, oh my God, because that sounded so cool to me. And always growing up, me and my friends had always, how I post these videos now on YouTube of me like dancing or rocking out to rock music, right? I already told you guys that I do that. Remember that video that I posted called Heavy Metal Meditation, okay? This is a thing that I do to get ideas for my life. Me and my friends used to do that when we were teenagers, when we were, from the time starting when we were about 9 years old, up until we were like 18, we would listen to the heaviest guitars and the heaviest drums we could find, the heaviest music. We would be downloading that shit on LimeWire, and we would be like rocking out, we would hang out, me and my cousin and my best friend, me and my cousin Ryan and my best friend Jake. We would be in Hollister, California together, and we'd be in there, and we'd be just like rocking out, like headbanging, rocking out at Jake's house. And he was my best friend. I met him in preschool when I was 4. So we were always buddies, skateboarding buddies, and shit growing up. And so that's what I used to do. And you know what? When I do that, that dancing and like doing the moving of my body to the rock and roll like that, that is something that I really feel like an energy from within, from inside. And that's a part of me. Like that is no joke right there. Like when I do the voice, like voice, like that's a joke. That's a joke, okay? But when I'm doing the rock out and you guys see me, doing all that shit, that's exactly what I feel. That's exactly what that music makes me feel, is those movements that I'm doing. And those moving my body like that, and listening to rock music and expressing those aggressive, powerful, masculine emotions like that through music and dancing is one of my favorite things about being alive. And that's why I love it. It's been this way since I was a little kid, since I was 11 years old with my cousin and my best friend, Jake and Ryan. Growing up, we were in the rocking out System of a Down, Linkin Park, Children of Bodom, Eminem, lots of really hard shit. And we'd be rocking out on our feet, rocking out at his house, okay? So I'm just, you know what? Those emotions and those feelings started in me when I was about 11 years old because my balls started producing testosterone. Duh. And, and they've never gone away, baby. So I'm sharing them with you guys now. I hope you like it. Because I do. And maybe you should try it sometime. So yeah, I'm planning on bringing you guys more guitar videos. Gonna be, some guys have been requesting songs. Thanks for that. I go through phases with what I like to do. So I used to be completely obsessed with playing guitar. If you guys have seen those old pictures on my Instagram where I have like long hair and I really look like someone who, I don't look like this. I look at it a different way, much more of a. I was back in my, I would practice guitar at least 5 hours a day every day back then. Sometimes like up to like 9 hours, or even more sometimes. Like, just like, because I am so driven and so stubborn about like building my skills, dude. So like, if I can't do it, like that was the way I felt. Like when I was 17, oh my God, I heard the heavy music, and then I heard the precision of the shredding, the heavy metal guitars with the super fast shredding guitars, and that just sounded like a fucking nuclear explosion to me, like a freaking nuclear apocalyptic bomb going off. Like the extreme precision with the heavy metal guitars, crunch, boom, 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 and then like super fast. And I was like, I have to do it. And so I tried so hard, and I was so frustrated. Started trying to learn. The first song that inspired me, I said, I have to learn how to shred, was Backcountry by Avenged Sevenfold. Awesome. That song is so freaking awesome. But I could not do it. And I would do this thing with my elbow when I'd need to do the fast alternate picking, where I'd like go like this, right? You're like vibrating your elbow or something. And because I couldn't get the pick over the strings fast enough, but that is so like, it's not a way to be very controlled. And so anyways, I could not do it the way that I wanted to. And then I met my first roommate in college at BYU when I was 18, and he could do it. He could play Children of Bodom. And he was a Chinese American guy from LA. And we were at BYU together. And man, this guy changed my whole perspective on shit. He could shred like a motherfucker. He could do everything. And I saw that he did it with his wrist. When he moved the pick across the strings, he did it with his wrist. He wouldn't use his elbow to move the pick across the strings. And man, over the years, I decided, I was determined to learn how to do that. And so that's why I would be practicing for so long. Just like literally all day, every day. And because I wanted to be able to make those sounds, those precision sounds, like a nuclear explosion, because those were the sounds that I feel in my head. The sounds of the electric guitars, really heavy and headbanging. You guys can see it when you watch me when I'm playing guitar. You can see by my body movements. I feel those sounds. And when I would hear, the really insane precision shredding with extreme accuracy, it would just light this fire inside me, and I had to know how to do this. And so I would basically be like so angry that I could not do it, because this is a skill that requires patience in order to do. Because playing guitar fast is all about how much control you have. Okay, it has to be easy for you. All the facial expressions and like looking like you're straining and stuff, like all the guitarists that do that, that's an act. It has to be relaxed. All the muscles in your hands have to be relaxed to play it correctly, and it has to be easy for you. So you can't force it. And like when you try to play faster, you like tense up, and you're like, ah, or something like that, and that wrecks it. So I learned that, and that was something that I had to deal with. And dealing with that, I have to slow my playing down. And I would slow it down so that I was playing one note every 2 2 seconds. And I would go over dun, 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 dun for hours with the metronome, for hours, just going over it. And this put this extreme control into my hands. And so when you guys see me playing guitar now, the reason why my hands work like that is because I used to spend this time with this metronome developing this control, because that's how you play fast. It's counterintuitive. You know, you think, oh, you're gonna tense up and you're gonna try really hard and you're gonna play really fast, but that's not how it goes. It's, you gotta relax. You gotta gain more control. It has to be easy. And so eventually, after like freaking being depressed that I couldn't do it, you know, eventually I practiced enough, had enough breakthroughs, talked with my guitar idol, Paul Gilbert, and you know, I figured it out. And so now I can play like I do now. But that experience taught me so much about life, because it taught me that, whoa, I couldn't just try harder and acquire that skill. The more I would try hard and tense up and try to play faster, and I'm gonna force it, the further away and less accurate I would get from my goal. And then the way that my goal eventually became realized, of being able to play the way I do now, it was because instead of trying to force it and try as hard as I can, instead, I slowed everything down and used the metronome and gained control, made it easy, made it a part of me. And that, learning that experience, relax, changed my life. Changed my life. And I first learned that because that's what the Chinese American dude, my roommate at BYU, said to me when he watched my playing, because I was like, Mike, how can you play like that? And he looked at my playing and he said, see, you're too tense, man. You have to relax. No tension. You have to release all tension from your body. Those are the magic words. So in whatever you are trying to accomplish, and this is the golden rule that allows me to live the life that I want to live now, because I am living the life I want to live, is that what, somebody chime in just now. I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Somebody chime in. I need a hero to remind me, because I lost my train of thought. Come on. I need a hero. Yeah, the golden rule, but what was that? What was the subject? I lost my train of thought. Shit. Yes, I'm on an exercise bike. No tension. Okay, yes. Okay, so that's the thing, is that you're right. Thank you, Bench Press Helms. Yes, you need to relax. Relax in order to reach your goals. You have to have 100% confidence in what you're doing. You can't be like trying to force it and be saying like, you know, like, I'm gonna bang my head against this shit and make it happen. No, you have to do like the required steps, like daily. And the small things, they add up over time, you know? The small practices slowly with the metronome every day for hours each day, they add up over time. And it's the same thing with the other skills that you want to acquire in your life. It's like, it's not a quick fix. It's like you gotta be there and you gotta do the right thing, and just slowly over time, it will like become you. So that has been a huge, good thing for my life. And now let's talk about bodybuilding questions. I am done storytelling. Symboling, yeah. I think it's funny because I'm not really like. I think it's funny that Joe Piataro like wants to talk to me so bad because I'm like, why would I want to talk to him? It's not like I want to like make up and kiss it better or something. Like he already crossed the line. Like there's no forgiveness on the table. So like why would I talk to him? It's just like yeah, there's absolutely 0 point. So he can go suck on something, like I said to him earlier in the comments. Yeah. Yeah, he can dance. He can dance and clap his cymbals. Like the little monkey he is. The little monkey noisemaker with his cup, rattling his cup against the cage. Dance, monkey. Dance. Dance, Joe Piataro. Dance, you little monkey. John asks, is 35 too old to start bodybuilding? 5'10", 220 pounds of fat. No, it is not. If you're 5'10", 220 pounds of fat, which is 5'10", 220 pounds is pretty much the same as me. So what you need to do is don't even try to restrict your food, man. Just stop eating things that are not natural, okay? So just only from now on, just only eat things that grow in the ground or eat animals or eat things that come from animals, okay? Just natural things, okay? Like you would if you were a human in the wild. You're gonna eat animals, you're gonna eat things that come from animals, and you're gonna eat things that grow in the ground, okay? Right now, if you're 5'10", 220 pounds of fat, I know you're not doing that. So make that lifestyle change and then just start getting 45 minutes of exercise a day. Doesn't matter if that's just walking around your neighborhood or if that's going to the gym. You just make those two lifestyle changes and you'll get half the way there. Look for another question now. How DeGenerate is living in San Francisco? I don't really pay attention to anyone, to be honest. I'm not into San Francisco. I'm just here because I want to see my family a little bit before I leave again. Because last time I didn't see my family, for 4 years straight. And I only see my dad every day right now. I don't see anybody else in my family every day right now. But, like blood relatives, that's something that's important to me and that will never change. It's just born with me. It's the way I was born. So, not seeing them for 4 years, it's not my preference. I mean, and that doesn't matter if we get along or not either. It's like, I still want to see, if we got along or if we didn't get along. I still want to see family. I have that, the kind of person I am, the kind of man I am, is that blood matters to me. So, I want to be near my family a little bit before I leave America again. And that's important to me. Spend some time. So that's why I'm here in San Francisco for a little bit. John Dillinger asks, and Jay Sims asks, favorite metal band. Okay, favorite metal band. It depends on what. Okay, I'll tell you my favorites. Van Halen. I fucking love Van Halen. And David Lee Roth. He's one of my biggest, inspirations. David Lee Roth is one of my biggest influences. I like Motley Crue. Motley Crue, especially when I was down in LA. I lived my life by that, by a lot of their songs from those early albums. Those speak to me. They're the same kind of guys as me. And it makes sense because David Lee Roth and Motley Crue used to hang out at their apartment near Whiskey A Go-Go. And I'm very similar to David Lee Roth, so it makes sense that Motley Crue's songs speak to me from the early days. And then I really like Guns N' Roses. I really like AC/DC. I really like System of a Down. I really like Children of Bodom. I really like Paul Gilbert. I really like. A lot of bands. A lot of bands. I have seen the Motley Crue movie, and I've also seen Motley Crue in real life. I worked at their concert. I used to be a brand ambassador at concerts back before there was social media. When I was starting when I was in, starting when I was like 19, I started working as a brand ambassador for like like energy drinks and stuff like that. And they go to concerts and they're like they're wearing the gear, dressed in the gear, and they pass out free stuff. They're kind of like helping the party go better. So I did that for Motley Crue. I also did that for like one of Pixar's. They threw a party for one of their movies they released, and they went out to this ranch and they had everybody that was working on the movie go out to the ranch. Matt Damon was there. He was the biggest name that was there, and I did that same thing there. I was mostly pouring alcohol, to be honest, actually, at that. So, but that was another one of those gig type brand ambassador jobs at an event. So I saw Motley Crue doing that, which was freaking awesome. I'm not into Korn. Well, I really like Ozzy. So I'm gonna go see Ozzy less than 1 month from now. I think like 29 days from now. I'll be at Ozzy Osbourne. Sick. I'm crazy about Ozzy. Ozzy Osbourne's music is the god I worship. Yeah, Jason's, it is very rare nowadays to have that rock and roll mentality, and that is because our society has been perverted. Western society has been perverted. So everybody's, let's just say they're not the kind of men they should be. Yeah, I really do like Five Finger Death Punch. That used to be my intro. That used to be my intro music. What's my feeling on beer? I drank a lot of it during college because I was in a fraternity. So it's freaking drunk on beer 3 times a week. That's what frat life is. HCG protocol on TRT. You know what? So I don't like having small testicles using steroids. So I use HCG year round. I use 250 IU twice a week because I know some guys say like, oh, like they just get in the way or something. Not for me, man. I'm not about that. I'm not about having small shrunk fucking testicles. So I am happy to say that mine are full size, and can feel them between my legs while I'm on the bike right now. So yeah, is my leg healed up well, and are you training legs full force again? I have a really tight gluteus minimus muscle right now that is compressing the joint between my femur and my pelvis. And so I'm having difficulty training legs often right now. So I did do astagrass squats with 3 plates each side the other day for reps. But that was the first time I'd done that in probably like 2 months because of this. Because it's extremely painful. The muscles become like a rock and had some scar tissue from injections, because the minimus muscle is, in that outer right quadrant of your glute where it's a common injection spot. So it can get scar tissue over time. So mine is very tight right now. Has been for a couple months, and it hurts extremely bad. So I was kind of ignoring it for a while, but now I am treating it every day, and it should be better in about 1 week. Lots of progress is being made. I'll be training legs frequently and heavy again. But as far as my leg from the injury, the muscle's great, you know. Like I said, I was doing 315 pounds acid grass squats for reps. The muscle's fine. But the skin, it just recently started getting like not so tight, so there's some slack now. I'll show you right now. I'll show you. Let me pull up my shorts a little bit. All right. So see how I can pinch that? I used to not be able to pinch that. It was too tight before. So now that the scar's like spreading out, right? Because they had to chop off like a huge section of skin, and there wasn't like enough skin, and it was pulled really, really tight. So kind of like burned 24 hours a day for a few months, maybe like 4 months, because it's like always under so much tension. But now there's like enough skin that there's a little bit of slack. So I'm not really noticing it anymore. I don't really notice it. All right, I'll be on here for let's say 3.5 more minutes. So if you got questions, hit me. You got 100% of my focus right now. Oh, John Dillinger again, coming with a good one. The Makaru, huh? I'll have to give that a try. You know, I've never experimented with that. Why does it make them bigger? What does it? Is it because there's more stuff inside, or what? No, me and Tony are not good. So, you know, between me going to the hospital and us being at the LA Fit Expo, you know, he did enough things to let me know that he's not a loyal friend, and I don't want to associate with someone of his character. So that is over. I'm going to be leaving the U.S. soon. It's going to be a couple months, and I'm going to be in Eastern Europe. No, I have not used methyl-1 testosterone. You guys know it's funny? Somebody said 10, 10, 10. And I've mentioned before that I used to watch, in my first apartment in Bangkok, I used to have Thai girls over, and we'd be watching the Delray Misfits, back when the Delray Misfits were real hot, and they were releasing like episode 90, episode 80, and it was like the best videos that they released, and we'd be laughing our asses off. You know what was especially funny is when Jason Genova got with the lady boy, and like my Thai girlfriends, they couldn't believe it. They couldn't believe it. Because there's so many. they were going crazy, and they could not like get enough of the Delray Misfits. So we'd be watching that shit every night in my apartment. That was my first apartment in Bangkok, man. That was I talked about it in some of those videos. They're on my channel. Like, that was a magical time in my life when I first took that big step, that big leap, and went to Thailand, went to Asia. I'd never been away from my continent before, and those first 6 months were absolutely magical. Changed my whole perspective on shit. Yeah, Solanday says, it's too bad those were fun videos with you and Tony. Yeah, and I mean, they still are fun videos. It's like, we can still watch those and enjoy them. like, because they're fun videos and everything. But you know what? With people like that who are gonna be like that, and you know they're not gonna that, and you know they do not have loyalty and stuff like that. That's not somebody who you want to be surrounding yourself with on a regular basis. So, you know, it's better that I make videos with other people. You know, me and Tony did make great videos together. And so, yeah, let's enjoy those videos. Those past times, those were great. Those were authentic. Those will never go away. But moving forward, he's not going to be a part of my life. And you know what? There's plenty of other awesome guys, such as Aaron Reed, Vigorous Steve, Elon, Awaken Aesthetic. If you guys want some fun videos that are recently with me hanging out with some cool dudes, who are actually cool dudes, dependable, loyal dudes who are not trying to jerk you around. They are not trying to jerk you around. Watch those videos, okay? And you know, I always meet new people. And there's going to be lots of incredible, the best videos ever are coming, you guys. When I get to Eastern Europe, the best videos you've ever seen are coming. I know you guys are entertained by the recent content. I know you're entertained. I mean, I've had fun making it. So, if you like what you see, this is all part of my plan. I have a whole big plan, a whole big master plan. What part of Eastern Europe you going to? I'm not sure on the exact country yet, but it's going to be one of these countries. It's going to be Bulgaria, Romania, Ukraine, Latvia, Poland. It's going to be one of those countries. All right, guys. I am going to take off. And yeah, I did a push-pull workout today. Quite a bit of volume. I really need to eat. And I'm done with this cardio. So, ciao bao, huh? Yeah, so I'm gonna take off. No, I'm not into flat earth. I'm not into any weird stuff, guys. I'm very logical. Like, people try to categorize me and stuff and be like, oh, is he one of these guys or is he one of those guys? No, you've never met someone like me before. You have never met someone like me before. I am my own breed.